Okay, today it's going to be a quick video. I'm going to kind of go through exactly what you need to do, at least what I do, to get ready for a hurricane. Yeah, I kind of got stuck here with a hurricane bearing down on me, Hurricane Nichole. And one of the obvious things to do is to get to the store, get your basic foods as well as water, fresh water, drinking water, and all that kind of stuff that you're going to need. Your medications, you want to make sure your prescriptions are filled and you have them all with you. And last but not least, what you're planning to do entertainment. If you can't watch TV or anything else, read a book or whatever. So I'm all set with all that stuff. So those are the things you want to think about when you're going to be riding out a hurricane. Again, we should be fine. Going to get my raincoat. It's starting to rain here, so I'll put that on while I get everything done. So this is exciting. It's going to be fun. All right, everybody, as I'm getting ready for the hurricane, I met my new neighbor here, Shannon, and going to introduce you to him.
What's going on, guys? My name's Shannon. You can see on my hat here. We are the Twin Stunts. Met my neighbor Jeff here last night, and we're hunkering down for the hurricane here, getting ready. It's going to be it's going to be an adventure, that's for sure.
Should be fun. Now he's got a actually he twin brother, and you do stunts.
Yep, I have an identical twin brother. He's on his way down, flying into the hurricane. Not really sure if that's the greatest idea ever, but we're bringing him down here, and we're going to have some fun this weekend. Yeah,
it should be good. So I'm going to put a link down here below to his channel so you can see some of his stuff. So we're going to get ready, as you said, for this hurricane, and hopefully we'll survive it.
Yeah, we're going to hunker down, and we'll stay tuned, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
All right. Okay, first of all, you got to drain all your tanks. Highly recommend you drain the tanks. You might be asking, why do you have to drain your tanks? Well, the reason I do it is, God forbid we're out of power, out of water, out of everything. You don't want to have full tanks and then be sitting there for a few days until you get power and everything else back on. For me, well, I do have Battleborn batteries. Thank you, Battleborn. And I can go several days, as long as I'm not running air conditioners, that is. And I should be okay. Now, as you can see, it's a pretty cloudy day. Been raining on and off today. So I'm not getting a lot of solar power, but I'm getting a little bit. But I right now do have power, and so all my batteries are full, so I'm good there. And I want to have all my tanks empty for just that in-case situation. Okay, yeah, it started raining. Another thing you want to do is fill up your freshwater tank. So I'm connected here to city water, so I'm just going to turn the valves on the Nautilus system here. And if you don't have the Nautilus system, whatever system you have on your RV, but go ahead and fill your freshwater tank. Because again, you never know how long you'll be out of water or whatever, but you want to have that. So for us, all we do is turn that up and turn that down. Oops. Sorry, that one goes down, that one goes. And that's all you do. So now I'm filling my freshwater tank. And as you hear, my tanks are still empty. So we'll continue this process on how to prep for a hurricane. So now that the tanks are all drained, still filling up the freshwater one, I'm locking everything up because I put everything away for my sewer and everything. Got the macerator put away. Oops, forgot to put the cap on. Cap's on, valve is closed. That's all done. Let's check on the water fill. We're still filling, so we'll let that go till the tank is full. I think I emptied it out. Well, yeah, we were pretty much empty when we got here to Florida, and we haven't used it because we've been at water hookups. So I drain the tank so the water doesn't sit in there and get moldy and everything. So I do a little draining. So the next thing you're going to want to do is walk around your rig and make sure there's no loose articles or items out there that can blow around. In my case, I've got nothing out. If you have carpets or mats or things like that, they will blow away. I've got these rubber mats right here, and I'm going to leave them here for right now till I'm done. But then I'm going to throw them back in the back of Natasha. And the last and final thing to do is obviously make sure your windows are latched and all your awnings are in. But as it starts to get a little windier, I'm going to pull all the slides in. And you might be saying, well, you can't move around, you can't live. Well, yeah, that might be the case. Now, in my case, we have three things that are a big benefit and why I chose this rig. When it's all closed up, I can still get to the refrigerator and food. I can still get to the bathroom, and I can still get to my bedroom. So I can basically live in that for however many hours it takes for the hurricane to pass. You do want to keep your landing gear down, and that's going to help you get a little more stable or stay stable versus just being on your axles and tires. And some people say, I don't know if this is true, but if you can, hook your truck up to your fifth wheel here, and that'll add a little more stability. I guess so, but when you do that, you have to take your jacks down from being level to get it on the truck properly. I guess you could unlevel it, put it on the truck, and then just put your jacks down, make it more stable, but I don't think you're really gaining that much more. I have looked around my area. I was going to move, but I noticed I really, except for one tree right there, I don't have any trees that'll be an issue. And these palm trees, they tend to not go down. I mean, they're designed for the hurricane areas. However, the big tree like that, if I was that guy, I'd be very nervous. But where we are here, I think we're okay. Funny story, I was actually on the East Coast, moved there to avoid the hurricane, then it shifted, and I'm like, oops, it's coming right for me. So then I came over here to Central Florida, and guess what? It turned again, and now we're in the direct path of it. So I'm not going to try to move anymore. I've been through a lot of these. I will say I've never been through one in an RV. I'm hoping the winds are only going to be about 50, 60, 65 miles an hour. That should be all right. That storm, if you guys watched the old episode when I was in Wyoming, that came through, we had 50 mile an hour winds, and while she shook, she was fine. So I should be okay in this. If it gets any stronger, then I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but wish me luck that I survive it. I'm sure I will. In fact, what I'll do for another episode is I'll film what it's like to be in the hurricane as it's coming through. Won't be in time for this episode, but the next one maybe. Okay, and the last thing I did is disconnect my water hose. So the only thing utility-wise connected is power. And the reason I don't use the city water during a hurricane is if there is flooding, and then the aquifer or the water system could get contaminated. And I wanted to make sure I have clean, fresh water on board until flooding goes away and everything's cleaned up. So that's just another little tip. So as I said, this will be a very short video. I just wanted to get this done to show you guys what I do to prepare for a hurricane. All right, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and ring that little bell. And that like button, just hit that like button. That helps me out with the YouTube algorithms a lot. So I appreciate it for all you guys that hit the like buttons. Go ahead and do that. And that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Make it a great bucket list day. Goodbye.